Hey everybody, it's Aluna Michaels, Esoteric Astrologer, talking to you about the events of March 2021. Okay, so first of all, of course it's March, so the sun signs in Pisces, but a bunch of other planets are moving through Pisces, and because the Neptune, which has a 200-year orbit, Neptune is also in Pisces, and Neptune is linked with Pisces, so they're both about faith, hopefulness, vision for the future, an imagination, feeling connected spiritually to others, to yourself. So I really think that even though we're not out of the woods yet with COVID, that we're going to be seeing there is hope. People are going to start feeling more hopeful, even though we're not all the way there yet. So I think that the planets in Pisces are really going to help that. Now, Venus is in Pisces. It went in the end of February, but as Venus moves through Pisces, it takes about 4 weeks for Venus or Mercury to go through a sign because they're close to the sun, like us. So Venus is the heart, and it's working with the sun sign, and also with, again, like Neptune. So opening up a sense of love, a sense of forgiveness, a sense of peacefulness. And I think a lot of people feel with COVID, they didn't do enough things they should have done, or they gained weight, or they fought with their partner, or whatever kind of thing. Just there's an essence of being able to forgive and forgive people that don't believe the way you do, while still standing for your principles, obviously, but just a sense of letting go of the tension around all of those things and being in a sense of hopefulness for the future, like I said before. Now, the new moon is going to be in Pisces. It would be. And that happens on the 13th of March. And, Venus is also kind of close in with all of that, and the Neptune. So it's kind of the height of that point, that mid-March. So it's very heartfelt. It'd be great for doing any sort of artwork, or kind of reopening your creativity, planning for the future, and sort of dreams, and like a law of attraction kind of a thing could be great, and just really letting the past go and really creating space for future. And again, that's like the whole month of March, but kind of like that's the epicenter there of that new moon on the 13th. People always worry about Mercury. Mercury is direct, and some people like to know that it went direct in February, but it's passing the point at which it went retrograde, so we're covering brand new territory. For those of you that like to know that, that's happening on the 16th of March. It's the 13th of March, and then it goes into Pisces on the 16th. So we have even more of the thinking in terms of thinking love and feeling love, and just all of that kind of heightened stuff, heightened spiritual connectivity, like we're saying. Okay, so another thing that's great is Mars. Remember, Mars was retrograde for so long in Aries forever. Well, boom, it went into Taurus. It's through there. Now it's moving into Gemini. And so Mars is definitely how we take action, but Gemini is thinking. So this can pair talking and doing, and targeted doing, even especially if you have lists about what you want to accomplish, or it can be like, boom, boom, I'm getting it done. What helps it even more is that with, now you remember that Jupiter and Saturn went into Aquarius together at Christmas time, and they were going together at that point for a little while. But Jupiter goes faster than Saturn, so we'll talk about Jupiter with the Mars next month. But Mars is going to be with Saturn through a few weeks in March, and Saturn and Aquarius, Saturn itself is the ability to sustain things, and Mars can be sort of fast and furious, but when you combine Mars in a good way with Saturn, it's, I'm thinking Gemini about what I want to do, Mars is I'm doing it, and Saturn is, this is things that are important to me, they're kind of like solid goals that you're accomplishing and doing, you're feeling a lot of self-esteem for that, rising up. And they're things that have high importance to you generally. Even if they're little things you're doing, it's building that self-esteem that's important to you, So, And it can also be good to be maybe pairing with other people with that, people that have, if it's like some sort of fitness goal or spiritual goal, you want to be meditating, you do that over Zoom, or just kind of accountability partner and things like that. But in general, like great for like, make the list, get it done. Yes, I'm feeling better, you know? So I'm visualizing all that. Pisces is like, yeah, wow. But the Saturn and Mars are like, and I'm doing it. It's not just pie in the sky kind of a thing. So that's also great. Okay, so I mentioned Mercury moving into Pisces, which is just lovely in and of itself with a sense of faith and hope. But when Mercury is going to work with Neptune at the last few days of March, that's also really good for, again, this creative visualization, for finding what you really want your future to be like, what your heart craves, you know, and being able to follow that path, again, with that Mars and Saturn helping you to do that. So, and again, it's good for forgiveness, self-forgiveness, forgiveness of others, and just being open to fresh possibilities. So the whole month is kind of echoing that. Now, when we have the full moon, this is going to be on the 28th, again, towards the end of the month, like the Mercury Neptune. Sorry, I don't feel like I'm straight to the camera here. So, of course, the full moon is the sun opposite the moon, sun in Aries, moon in Libra. But also Chiron is in Aries, and it will be right next to the sun and opposing the moon. So Chiron's involved. Chiron is a planetoid. They think it is a comet that got caught in our solar system. We discovered it in 1977, and it's between Saturn and Uranus. So it's like the wise healer, you know. So that full moon can also bring an end to self-attack, because it's something about that Aries, you know, which is just like full moon, like, oh, again, didn't do enough, and just that Chiron is like, let the tension go, and it's really pairing with all of that Pisces of it. Forgive yourself, let like tension patterns. It could be really good to do those kind of body release meditations where you tense your feet or whatever, and you let them go, and then you tense your calves, you know, those kind of things, or just in general, just, you know, putting the hammer down and not banging yourself up about whatever it is, and say, let's make steps, gentle, steady, constant steps. Forget the past, just, and know that you don't do it like all at once and then get mad you didn't do anything. It's like slow, steady steps is part of that Mars and Saturn we talked about earlier, or I talked about earlier. You're just listening. Then also at the end of the month, so Venus, which had been in Pisces most of the month, is going to go into Aries, and then Venus works with Saturn. So we've got Mars trining Saturn, air sign to air sign, Gemini to Aquarius, and then when Venus goes into Aries, fire with air, that Saturn and Aquarius being air, also works well together. So Venus sextiling Saturn is also like just like loving your heart's desire, making choices that bit by bit build you towards what you want, being committed to what you want. It can really renew connections in relationship. It can help you build toward financial future and feel more solid. Maybe we'll have those stimulus checks if you live in the US by then, I don't know. But there's just a sense that everything's going to be okay. So we've gone through some bumpy months, obviously, and astrologically bumpy, but this seems pretty smooth. So, and just utilizing that with allowing yourself to dream, allowing yourself to hope, and take some steps, easy steps toward manifesting those things, making them happen, you know. So, okay, so that's that news for March. If you want to get in touch with me, alunamichaels.com, or you could text me at 248-583-1663. You can put a note here on YouTube. Sometimes I forget to check the notifications. I don't get emails about them anymore, and then I forget to go on YouTube and check. If you want to look for my book, it's The Spiritual Gifts of the 12 Astrological Signs, which you can find on Amazon Kindle. And again, if you want a reading, reach out to me. But until next time, see you later. Bye.